Do you want to go? I have stuff to say about Keefe's performance yesterday in general. Do you want to?
No, I don't. I want to stay on Mrazek because one of the reasons why I said right from the get-go, when this guy's on, he's on, and when he's off, is because he is so aggressive. Mm-hmm. When he commits to something, he is all in.
It's Billy Smith. He's at the bottom of the circles.
And I think when you hear him describe what went on last night, that's what you understand with him, is that he's all in on his saves. And I think that blocker is a perfect example. Let's have a listen to Petr Mrazek describing those early goals.
No, I don't think I was too aggressive on that one. I just hit inside of the blocker instead of the outside, and my momentum was going on the blocker side, and it went on my glove side. So can happen. I think it's those saves are easy saves, and how many times that's gonna hit your inside blocker and go on the far side. So not the night I wanted.
My momentum. Can you make the save without any momentum?
He pushed so far into it that it hit the inside of the blocker. And he's like, how many times is it going to hit the inside of the blocker? Well, every time if you push that far out at it.
Could you catch it?
Just maybe stay in your crease while you try to blocker it into the corner?
He can't. He's got no center of gravity. It's either left or right.
Yeah. Yeah, he's busy. And that cost him bad. And then the next one was one of those exaggerated humiliation moments for a team and a goaltender, the way that one played out. So, I mean, Mrazek didn't seem overly affected by it.
That's a bit of an understatement, I think.
You heard him there. He's like, I don't think I was too aggressive, but how many times is that going to happen? Do we also have the other quote from Mrazek?
We do.
Okay, so here's Mrazek. You keep in mind how Jack Campbell responds to letting in a bad goal, and listen how Mrazek on his own night.
I think my mentality is pretty good with those things. So just forget about that. What happened. It's a past, and let's look forward. And I'm excited for other games coming up.
Forget about it.
What's the problem?
I know you want him to say those things.
What's the problem?
Forget about it. Like you said it last night. Can you have two bigger extremes?
I know. Could we find someone between launching themselves off a bridge and, let's go out and have a couple of pints after a bad game? It's probably has nothing to do with the mindset, and it's probably good that he has a short memory. But he
not that short. Not that short.
Even when you win, coaches say, enjoy the win tonight, boys. Tomorrow, it's a new day. Same thing with losses. Think about it, go home, get your sleep. We'll deal with it tomorrow. They don't say, forget about it the second it happens and pretend it didn't happen. But
they are completely at opposite scopes.
And let me say, I like them both. I think Petr Mrazek would be a fun guy to have some beers with. Same with Jack Campbell.
Okay, how about Jack and Peter get together and then just meet in the middle?
Yeah.
For both of them.
That would be very
Care
healthy.
a little bit more and care a little bit less. And we know which one needs to go which direction.
Right.
But right now, they are like the odd couple. They're like Oscar and Felix. Remember that?
No, I don't.
No.
Nobody?
No.
Bueller?
Oh, you guys are horrible. Horrible.
Sorry, Kyper. I should have lied to help you out.
Look, Google the odd couple, and you will see a different version of Jack and Petr Mrazek.
So we do have more clips on this goaltending. Let's just stay with goaltending. Sheldon Keefe, Sammy, which one do you want to hear? The concern over goalies or the team's mindset with the bad goalie? You decide.
I think the team's mindset with a bad goalie, because this is one that it can happen in any level of any hockey ever, and I think it's a fascinating conversation. So let's get that one.
It's hard. It's hard mentally. Guys. Takes. It's 2 minutes into the game. The first one there. That's a tough one. I mean, it's maybe as tough a goal we've given up maybe all season. Let's just start the game. So it's tough. Takes the wind out of the sails for sure. There's no doubt about it. But all our guys are pros. They got to find ways to gather themselves and keep playing. And credit to them, for the effort they put forth in the third period. Didn't lay down, kept pushing, had plenty of opportunities to win the hockey game in regulation, and didn't get a huge point. Eric gives us a great chance to counter and get a good luck to get the second point. It doesn't go our way. they get one the other way. So that's the way those overtimes go. I love the fight in our team. Love the performance by Erik Källgren here today. Great job by him. We're just gonna have to push by this one.
Just write this down. His name's Erik. Okay.
Källgren.
What did we call him yesterday? I call him
Källgren?
Källgren.
That's the funniest thing about anyone having an opinion on him is what they should do. People are like, they should start this guy. And it's like, say his name, and then you get to have an opinion.
So post-game, we're watching on Sportsnet, of course, and Elliot and Stewie started with who's gonna play next.
I know.
And I think Elliot went with Källgren.
Correct.
And Stewie went, you have to go back to Mrazek. We know now that they've named Mrazek.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking, here's a guy that his head's spinning. And Elliot really wanted to throw him into an outdoor game. Are you kidding me?
I think the point of people in that camp are, this is bad and this is the mystery box. Would you rather have the mystery box or bad? Is I think how they're looking at it. I'm not, for the record. I've been like, it's clearly Mrazek, and it has to be.
I think maybe the biggest detriment on what Petr Mrazek has been to the Toronto Maple Leafs so far this year is that there was a legitimate conversation if they should start Erik Källgren.
No. There's
no bigger detriment.
There's no legitimate conversation there.
I agree. There's not.
Asinine. It's stupid. Even if that guy miraculously goes in there and pitches a shutout,
what's the point?
It's still it may be a great outcome, but it's still a bad decision.
You're trying to win the Stanley Cup. And ideally, you're going to need goaltending. Ideally, Petr Mrazek, a career .909 save percentage guy, gets his you-know-what together. And the best case to do that is saying, okay, we signed you for 3 years at $3.9 million per season. Our starter, or Jack Campbell, our 1A is out. You lose a couple, you're going to keep going back. That's the great opportunity right now when you've earned it with that contract. They have the chance for him to find it again in a big moment in front of a lot of people. And if he can't find it the next few starts, maybe then they'll think of something. But there's nothing gained by giving a guy who's been an .885 in the AHL the past 10 games and Källgren to start.
Did you